this is going to be a long offseason for the Knicks for a couple of reasons. Number one, you never know when you get that crack again. Home court advantage in the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, it's been 25 years since the Knicks got to an Eastern Conference Finals. And this one, they had home court in it. But also, when I talk about the familiarity and the belief, the trust that the Pacers had in one another, the Knicks did not have that. As soon as the Knicks were eliminated, you wake up this morning and suddenly there's a report in The Athletic about how the Knicks consistently were frustrated by Karl Anthony Towns' lack of commitment or whatever it was, flightiness towards defense, that they did not know where he was going to be. They did not understand what he was trying to do, and that there were things this year beyond just Big Cat where the Knicks were at odds at times. And the Mikal Bridges thing this year was ongoing throughout the entire season. You trade away all these draft picks, and what do you deliver? Poor shooting, a hodgepodge on defense, and very inconsistent, sometimes invisible, ghost-like play during the regular season. Now, there were a couple of tremendous defensive plays that Mikal Bridges made in the Celtics series, but this Knicks team, having traded Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to get Karl Anthony Towns, lost some of the bond and the trust that they had last year. And this is going to be a long offseason because now there's already people that want to trade Karl Anthony Towns, which I don't know if he's tradable with that contract. And I don't know if you want to blow it up or change parts again after just one season. But you saw the Knicks in this series on their heels so often. And I think one of the things, and, you know, look, I did take glee in watching the Knicks falter. Not because I dislike the Knicks, but because Knicks fans had gotten so far ahead of themselves. They were so obnoxious, so many of them, and so aggressive that it was like, you guys need to be cut down to size just a little bit. You know, how many of you have been around since the Knicks were last good in the 90s? How many of you are really just out here trying to make trouble? How many of you say you're a Knicks fan but really aren't a Knicks fan? How many of you really know basketball, and how many of you are just here to party and punch other people in the face and to taunt Brian Windhorst? Because that's a big line. And I was just, you know, to act as though you'd won anything after going to the Eastern Conference Finals after beating the Celtics with, like, you know, slow the roll. And there was such an arrogance about this. Oh, higher seed, home court advantage, can't stop the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, yada, yada, yada. Well, the Pacers proved what great basketball was, and the Knicks didn't play great basketball. And in the offseason, they have to really contemplate this with themselves. Are we capable of playing great basketball when Jalen Brunson's high usage, when he's on the floor with Karl Anthony Towns, it feels like Big Cat sometimes gets pushed to the background. Both those guys are problems defensively. Mikal Bridges comes and goes. Josh Hart plays most of the game and looks absolutely awful. They don't have a great bench to go to. Tom Thibodeau might be, you know, kind of a second-rate coach in terms of when he matches up against really great coaches. There's a lot of questions there. And can you win with this current roster at the highest level, getting to an NBA Finals or winning an NBA championship? Plus, how often do you get this chance when you had it in your building, games 1, games 2, and game 7, and you blew them all? You lost 1 and 2, and it didn't even get to a game 7. How often will you ever have that chance? In an East that broke open. Jason Tatum goes down. The Cleveland Cavaliers is a 64-win team. They go down as the 1 seed. Giannis goes down in the first round. All of these potential roadblocks were pushed out of your way. And this is what you got. Losing 6 of the Pacers. That's going to be a long offseason.